Hey everyone, I am so excited to share with you a mouth-watering recipe that is going to take your taste buds on a wild ride. We are going to be making a soft, fluffy, and oh-so-jiggly yogurt cake that is not only delicious but also super easy to whip up. Trust me, this cake is going to be a showstopper at your next gathering or even just for a cozy night in. Separate the egg yolks and egg whites into 2 bowls. Eggs provide structure and stability to the cake through proteins. Make sure to store room temperature ingredients. Set aside the egg white for later. First things first, let's talk about the star of the show, yogurt. This creamy and tangy ingredient is going to be the key to achieving that perfect soft and fluffy texture in our cake. Not to mention, it adds a lovely depth of flavor that you won't be able to resist. Sifting cake flour when making a sponge cake is beneficial because it removes lumps, aerates the flour, and ensures a lighter, airier texture by incorporating more air into the batter, leading to a delicate and soft crumb, which is ideal for sponge cakes that rely on a light and airy structure. The low protein content of cake flour also contributes to this tenderness by minimizing gluten development. Then, add a pinch of salt. Adding salt to the cake batter to enhance the flavor of other ingredients by balancing the sweetness and creating a more complex taste, essentially making the cake taste better. While you shouldn't taste the salt directly, its absence would result in a bland cake. Salt counteracts the sweetness of the sugar, preventing the cake from tasting overly sugary. Then carefully add the egg yolks into the batter. Using a whisk or spatula, begin to incorporate the yolks by stirring in a circular motion, gradually pulling the surrounding flour mixture inward. Continue mixing until the ingredients are fully combined and form a smooth, uniform batter. Add a splash of good quality vanilla extract to the mixture, stirring well to ensure it is evenly incorporated. High-quality vanilla extract enhances the flavor of baked goods by adding a rich, warm, and aromatic depth. In cake making, using pure vanilla extract rather than artificial flavoring makes a significant difference, as it contributes to a more authentic and well-rounded taste. The natural compounds in pure vanilla extract complement the sweetness of the cake while balancing other flavors, resulting in a more refined and flavorful final product. Beating egg whites correctly is essential for achieving a light and airy sponge cake. Here's a step-by-step guide to getting the perfect peaks. Use a clean, grease-free bowl. Any grease or residue can prevent the egg whites from whipping properly. Add the sugar 1 tablespoon at a time, allowing it to dissolve before adding more. Continue beating at medium-high speed while adding sugar. This process usually takes 3 to 5 minutes for the sugar to fully incorporate. Adding sugar too quickly can deflate the egg whites and prevent proper aeration. Use a glass or metal bowl, as plastic can retain oils. Ensure your beaters are clean. Wipe them with a bit of vinegar or lemon juice to remove any grease. Separate the eggs carefully. Use cold eggs for easier separation, but let the whites come to room temperature about 20 to 30 minutes before beating. Make sure no yolk gets into the whites, as even a small amount of fat can prevent proper aeration. Add half of the remaining meringue and fold it in gently using the following technique. Cut through the center of the bowl with your spatula. Scrape along the bottom and up the sides, lifting the batter over the meringue. Rotate the bowl slightly and repeat until the mixture is uniform. Add the final portion of meringue, repeating the same folding technique until no white streaks remain. Gently pour the batter into a baking pan that has been lined with parchment paper, ensuring an even distribution. Use a spatula to smooth the surface and eliminate any air pockets. Lining the pan with parchment paper prevents sticking, making it easier to remove the cake after baking. Ensure the parchment extends slightly over the edges for easy lifting. If needed, tap the pan lightly on the counter to release any trapped air bubbles before placing it in the oven. Place the baking pan in a preheated oven at 140 degrees Celsius and bake for 20 minutes. This initial higher temperature helps set the structure of the cake and allows it to rise properly. After 20 minutes, reduce the oven temperature to 110 degrees Celsius and continue baking for 45 minutes. Lowering the temperature prevents overbrowning and ensures even baking, allowing the cake to develop a soft, airy texture without drying out. Avoid opening the oven door too often, as sudden temperature changes can cause the cake to collapse. Once baked, Test for doneness by inserting a skewer or toothpick into the center. If it comes out clean or with a few moist crumbs, the cake is ready. Let the cake cool gradually in the oven with the door slightly ajar to prevent shrinkage or cracking. And there you have it. Our soft, fluffy, and oh-so-jiggly yogurt cake is ready to be enjoyed. Look at that golden brown crust and that irresistible bounce. I can hardly contain my excitement. Slice into our cake and marvel at the soft and airy crumb that is just waiting to be devoured. Each bite is like a heavenly cloud of sweetness that will transport you to dessert paradise. Thank you so much for joining me on this culinary adventure. I hope you give this soft, fluffy, and jiggly yogurt cake recipe a try and experience the pure joy it brings. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more mouth-watering recipes like this. Until next time, happy baking!